Good morning. Good morning. I had a dream, and in the dream, you and I were participating in some kind of an art project, a sculpture art project, and I can't remember what my plan was, but you were going to build. I don't think you ever actually said what you were going to build, but I had the impression that you were going to build a sculpture of a chicken. And but then you were talking about the internal structure of it, and you didn't know how to hold on to it, how to make it stand up and everything. And you were talking about putting a cage in there, and you said, "Can I just use a cage and then lay the strips of paper mache over it?" And I said, "Well, yeah, but you'll be able to see the bars still. You have to be careful about that." Unless you put cardboard over the bars, and then that'll help. Blah blah blah. So we're walking around looking for materials, and you go to we come upon a cage for gorillas, um, in the woods, and it's a large cage, and it has large, really thick bars on the outside, and on the inside the cage is split into compartments using thin bars of about a quarter of an inch. And so we start clipping like sort of every other one of those bars so that it still functions, but so that you have materials for your cage. And there's no gorillas inside. It's like an abandoned zoo or something. So we're collecting some of those, and then we start picking up some sticks, and our coordinator or the project supervisor or whatever, our mentor, has his office there in the woods, and he's got a desk. It's basically just 3 walls and a desk and a chair for him, and he's talking to a woman, and we're trying to figure out some things about your sculpture with him, but he's busy. Plus, there's a group of 4 boys sort of behind us who are also participating in the project, and they're actually students from Ryerson, people that I know, including this guy Dennis. And so Dennis had some questions. They were talking about some things, and so I was trying to help out with that. And at the same time, I was trying to find some good music to put on. So I had my iPod with me, and I said, I don't like what's playing now. And I put on Elvis Costello. So I go through my iPod and I find Elvis Costello. So I press select on that, and then I'm trying to find This Year's Girl, but it's still got all of the albums that are on my iPod. And I'm scrolling through and going back and forth, and I can't find it. And it is driving me crazy because it's like, okay, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I get all the way down to THs, but before I get there, I'm already seeing THs, and so I think that I'm there. And then I go all the way down and back up again, back and forth, back and forth. Eventually, I find This Year's Girl. Okay, great. Now I want to hear the song This Year's Girl. But it's listing all of the songs that are on the iPod. So I'm scrolling through, and I can't find it for the life of me. And I'm getting not that frustrated, more confused. And it's just all these song names going past my vision. I can't find it. And then I think, okay, well, I want to hear Radio anyway. That's going to be down near the bottom. It would be right next to This Year's Girl. It's QRS, yeah, RST. So It'd be before this year's girl. Anyway, so for some reason I thought that it would be easier to find, but it wasn't, and I just went back and forth and back and forth. At one point when we were collecting sticks, or when I was collecting sticks for you, I picked up a few sticks, and I wanted to ask you if you were gonna have the sticks all inside the sculpture, or if you were going to have some of them sticking out. And so I went to you to ask you that, and I said, "Are these gonna stick out, or what do you think? What's the idea?" And you're like, "Oh, I don't know yet." But to me, it seemed to be really important, as if it whether they were going to be exposed or not depended on what sticks were chosen depended on whether they were going to be shown or not. And I felt like I was putting you on the spot because you hadn't fully decided how you were going to do your sculpture yet, and I wasn't being fair to you. I was asking you more than you needed to know the answers to at the moment. So I'm sorry about that. And that's it. I had some other dreams too before my alarm went off, but this was just the strongest one during my snooze cycle. So, good morning. I had a dream. It was about you.